Billy Boy. It's a good holiday. I like Labor Day. Kind of your last big summer break. Still hot. Actually, this is one of the longest stretches of the year, probably to a major holiday, Labor Day or Thanksgiving. So,
is that Susan's phone going on? Is that Susan's phone going on?
Sorry, guys.
okay.
She's buying lunch.
Nah, we don't do that. Okay, so I guess we're all kind of aware. It doesn't affect us this time, luckily, but put your prayers for pretty much all the eastern coast, right?
Yeah.
Massive hurricane.
Almost everybody.
Yeah, Bahamas are probably really bad. So yeah, think about those people today. Fortunately, I don't think we get a drop from that. So that's good. Hurricanes can be bad coming through here. So just be aware, pay attention to your weather. Generally, we're not affected unless they go into the Gulf. That's usually what comes back through here. But it's that season for the next 3 months. So be aware of that. Market, what do you think?
It's good.
Michael, how's your market? How's your business?
Good. Some more listings coming on. Fall's always, I've always told you, when I was an inspector, I do more October, November, do more closings in December. And, this year's probably looking that Europe will be the same. But I think rates are good. Every once in a while, buyers push back and say enough with the price increases, and then things pick back up.
I agree. So Mike has echoed what I said in the week wrap. I love the fall in real estate. I think it's the most underrated season of the year. A lot of business in the fall. This year people are back way early from the summer with these rates. So we've actually, businesses pop way earlier than usual. A lot of contracts coming in. So should be a really good fall. We talked last week about just recession, no recession, kind of the pluses and the minuses. There's a lot of positives that say no. There's a few things that say yes. But at least for Atlanta, I think we come out better than anyone in either situation. And I think these rates might be the key to it being on the positive side for us, short of just craziness. I mean, the world just seems crazier every day. I mean, it's almost like you can't look at the news. It's crazy. Mike.
Keep in mind too, Atlanta's, the last 2 years it's been a little more flat as far as activity. I mean, good, but a little flatter, but it's so corporate driven here, and a lot of companies, their books are October 1 or October 30th, so they're shifting employees in the fall here in Atlanta. It's not a January cycle typically or a June cycle.
Okay, agree. So this little article that, so actually, Charlie, I don't know if you're aware of this, but sales of existing homes in July rose 2.5% from the previous month. That's the first time year-over-year gain in a long time, right? Home sales activity is picking up this summer thanks in part to historically low mortgage rates, and despite some worrisome signals on the broader economy as of late, chief economists attributed growing sales inventory in the lower end of housing market as a key contributor to last month's sales growth. Falling mortgage rates are believed to have fueled a recent expansion of home sales and financing activity, giving real estate agents and mortgage lenders a much-needed boost in revenue. But those low rates are closely related to falling bond yields. We've already talked about that. So, yeah, I think the rates are key. I think it's going to be a fantastic fall. I mean, now's the time. Labor Day's over. Put your head down right to Thanksgiving. A lot of business out there. All right, so September 19th in this room, what's going to happen? Texas Hold'em. Great event, starts at 6. You don't have to play, you can come watch. Adult beverages, it's a fun night. I should have had a picture up here, but I don't. So we're trying to raise money for both families, both Brad or Doug and Patricia Alexander's family, who's their son passed away recently, and he's left behind a wife and 2 kids. We still support Tracy's family. This is really cool. So I reach out to really the top brass in this company about this event. Always have. And this company has a huge philanthropic arm. If you're newer, you might not know about it, but KW Cares is a major force in this company. Actually, you'll see it go into effect probably this week with the hurricane. When there's devastation, both natural disaster, or it could be someone with medical needs, you can apply for a KW Cares grant, and much money has been given over the years for that, and it's really cool to see. So I love it when leaders talk or walk the talk. And I'll show it next week, but Gary Keller sent a check for $5,000. I mean, that's pretty crazy, you know? No questions asked, just didn't even respond, just appeared in the mail. So, pretty cool. So we hope to raise $20,000. I think we'll get there. So again, $150 buy-in. Most of the people from last year, the regular players are in. Very competitive. Awards have been ordered. Actually, bigger awards. First three, we got taller glass awards this year. So very competitive this year. All right. Let's talk. Paul, are you the guy today? Well, I'll tell you what, Felix.
Yes, sir.
Come on, you got breakfast. Great. Everyone knows Felix.
Yeah, thank you.
210 morning.
Thank you.
Best dressed man in maybe the world. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Pressure now.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited and very happy because when I was assigned to this agency 4 years ago, we had to start from the beginning. Our previous rep was not in the job for a long time, but I'm so happy to inform I have over 200 agencies that I see. I don't see them all, but on my territory, and you guys are now in my top 10, which is great. And as much as I think, as much as I would like to think it's because of me, it's not. It's really because of you, because you guys are, making sure that your clients now get a home warranty. You're actually going deeper into looking at the differences between home warranties, and that's very important. So, couple of things. 210, what is 210? What is that name? Because it's a weird name, let's face it, okay? So 210, there's a reason. We started as a new construction company 50 years ago. So 210 is 2 years. We offer, first of all, 1 year in workmanship, 2 years in systems and appliances, and 10 years on the structural warranty. That is our new homes product. That's how we started. And that's why they came up with that name. So 2 years systems and appliances and 10 years in structural. I do not like to just put flyers out because sometimes you just have a lot of flyers left, and I like to save a tree here and there. But if you need a flyer on our new construction, those of you that work with new construction, I'll be happy to give you this information. It's a separate department from our company, but you can always contact me. So something brief about home warranty and the importance of home warranties now more than ever. And I think this is the only thing I've been talking about this year. If you heard this, you're going to hear it again because it's that important. Have we ever gone into a listing or taken a client to a listing and we walk there and we kind of the listing falls short of the description or the pictures? That has happened before, I'm sure. Well, that could happen with home warranties as well. Just don't go by the bells and whistles. We all advertise and promote our home warranties differently, but it's extremely important to look at coverage. The reason to get home warranties is to protect the systems and appliances at your home, at your client's home. And it's no longer good, and I tell you what, it's no longer good to say, I got my client a home warranty. Starting the 1st of January, and this is why, starting the 1st of January of 2020, a few more months from today, the government has banned manufacturing of any air conditioning that uses R22 Freon. It's been banned for this past several years ago, but it's going into effect. What's happening is most of us, the vast majority of us and our clients, have air conditionings that work with R22 and Freon. So the production of Freon is going down. The manufacturing of parts for air conditionings that work with Freon has been discontinued for at least a couple of years. So parts are going to be harder to find, so is Freon. What does that do to the pricing? Goes up and up and up. It's of the essence that you, for your personal homes and for your clients, find a home warranty and look at the air conditioning coverage. 40%, this is an industry number, 40% of the claims in the industry are HVAC related. It's the most expensive system to repair, needless to say, to replace. So that alone, if you just do one thing when you're looking at home warranties, look in depth at the HVAC coverage, because most likely the claim is going to be based on that. We put in the front of our brochure, we have the most comprehensive HVAC coverage, unlimited and uncapped coverage. Most important, unlimited and uncapped refrigerant coverage, including R22 Freon. Let me give you a quick example. If you need 5 pounds, your client needs 5 pounds of refrigerant. Right now, $250 a pound. Let's say 200. Let's make it simple. Times 5 pounds and 200 pounds, that's $1,000. The cost of that refrigerant. If you have 210, whether it's a standard or the Supreme product for your clients, that's covered 100%. It's in the front of our brochures. Okay. Some of the home warranties do not cover, or they have very strict limits. Some of them give you $10 a pound. That example, 10 times 5, 50. Who pays the difference, the $950? Your client, plus the service fee. That's not a happy client. And you could have a better choice for your clients. So just wanted to say, educate yourselves a little bit more. I'm just telling you about us, because I'm just here talking about 210. We do have, and again, unlimited and uncapped, Freon R22. Do not forget about that. That's extremely important for your own personal homes. If you have a house, even if your air conditioner is 5 years old, it's fine. It's halfway through their, life expectancy or better. But if it needs refrigerant R22, try to get a home warranty that has that unlimited. It's just going to be humongous. The costs are already, incredible. So that's all I wanted to say today. I'm always available for questions.
Let me ask you this, Philip.
Yes, sir.
So, starting January 1, 2020, you cannot manufacture an AC unit that is not R22.
They actually stopped manufacturing. Yes, the mandate
Right.
is effective the 1st of January of
Okay.
2020. Having said so, when that passed a couple of years ago,
Right.
they stopped producing.
So how far back did they use a different refrigerant? 5 years back, 10 years back?
Oh yes.
How far back? What was it, R what?
2011.
R15, what was it?
I'm just too young. I can't remember.
2011, they started phasing it out.
Right.
There's some people hearing that, come 2020, you can't even get Freon, as we call it.
Right.
It is available, but
You
the price
can.
is going up because what they do when they replace old systems, they're capturing the Freon that's there, so you're buying recycled Freon.
Exactly.
In supply.
Exactly.
So is it R22 Freon?
R22 is Freon.
What's wrong with
Puron
R21?
is, I forget what it's got a numeric symbol too, but Puron is the new.
The new
Okay.
environmentally
So
friendly.
Puron is what's happening after.
It's
Exactly.
been out there now.
Exactly, it's already out there. And some of the air conditioners will be able to take a Puron. But what he said is very important. It's not that we're going to be completely depleted of Freon R22. There's still supplies. We will. As a matter of fact, we're coming up with a new product. In our new product, I'm not supposed to say this, I guess, but I will. In our new product, we're still going to have unlimited and uncapped Freon. So what I'm saying is the costs are just going to elevate and
Yeah.
elevate. And you may need to change. And with us, let's say time comes, we cannot, today, we cannot, well, there will be a time where we cannot find R22 anymore, and you cannot switch to Puron or whatever new environmentally friendly refrigerant.
Gotcha.
If that's the case, we have to replace it. We cannot repair, we have to replace it, and it's right here in our brochure.
Okay.
Okay?
Quick question.
Quick, very quick.
As an agent, just so that we're knowledgeable, when you look at like a compressor outside of a house, is there any kind of easily identifiable way on the data tag or whatever to know what it is?
The model, and you can ask, the service provider that is doing that, they'll know immediately whether it's free or
We're usually there with an inspector, but so there's no way to really quickly
Inspectors should
tell.
be able to tell you.
But the only problem is that inspectors in Georgia are not allowed to open the HVAC units when they do the inspection by law. So they do not open and do a thorough inspection of the HVAC. They check the thermostat, they check the pressure of the air conditioner. They may be able to tell you what
The
refrigerator.
model number will tell you.
They should. Yes.
Okay. It's
So
gonna have-
we'll Google the model
Yes.
number.
I was gonna
and/or
say-
some of the manufacturers are putting Puron on the label.
Okay.
Not
I
all.
was gonna say, on my label on the back of mine, where you can see the model number, I can
Yeah.
see the Freon, because one of the home inspectors told me about that, and I saw mine has the R22 on the label.
So anyway, more questions, just send me an email, call me, text me, and I will be addressing all that. Just keep that in mind. Make sure you know about the HVAC coverage with all the warranty companies, and any home warranty companies is better than none. So go ahead and get home warranties out there. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
thank you, Felix. Thanks for breakfast. Okay, so my business play has worked. For 10 years now, I built a place this big in my backyard. I've been stockpiling R22. I bought it $2 a pound. So if you need it, call me.
Good investment.
Yeah, it's gonna work.
When do we start now looking to advise our clients, okay, the unit's 12 years old?
Right.
We may want to negotiate like when do we start looking at?
Now.
Now,
Okay.
that's gonna be a piece.
So how old when do you consider the age of the unit, anyone?
I think Mike needs to address this.
It varies. I mean, that depends on the manufacturer. Definitely do a little research and study, but I know my background's a little different, having been a home inspector, but just some knowledge, because there are some brands out there that'll go 25, 30 years, yet every inspector, even mine, will see a system and say, it's 9 years old, it's near the end of its useful life, and I'd probably be comfortable telling my client they'll get, 5 to 10 more years if they maintain it, but so it's a little tricky, and we all know sellers do not want to replace an AC system or a heating system that's functioning fine, even if it's 15 years old. So, it's tricky to do.
All right, so let me ask you this question, Mike. So, it's your buyer, 12-year-old unit. How would you, working fine, what would you request?
Make sure we get a good home warranty, maybe even ask the seller to pay for 2 years. But that's my recommendation. I yet to have a client that tell them we need to ask them to replace.
That could be a good solution,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Need to be pretty aware of this. This gets on your list of just stuff.
And there are big differences in the home warranties, so read the fine print.
Also have them, have a budget if you do have a contact with someone, what it would cost to replace the unit in the next 2 or 3 or 4 years. Go ahead and say it up front.
Yeah.
Then they'll know it's coming down the pipe.
Yeah, tell them, it's nowadays, it's no longer 2,500, 3,500. I mean, replace an AC system and the coil that sits on top of the furnace, you're talking, in some cases, 8,000. So tell them this will be a big ticket item.
And truly, if we're determining that an AC is at the end of its useful life, needs to be replaced, we probably need to put in there that it will be a Puron, right? There's no,
The only thing you can get now is Puron systems.
well, but I'm sure somebody can still find a,
You still want
Yeah,
to
say be
specific.
careful. If somebody says, we can replace it, and you see that they're quoting a system, they really should not be doing that because of the government standards. Anything new should be Puron.
but we know the reality of it. So
Yeah.
might be good to put that word in there if
Might
you were
wanna-
requesting
yeah.
a.
Which is
You might
R10.
need
Here,
an
I'll give you
R14
another
contractor.
R14.
Okay.
One of my investors bought a property and they put in a new heating. Well, when they bought the house, the heating and air was okay.
Right,
All of a sudden, when the contractors were working on the house, all of a sudden the air stopped working.
Right.
So they decided, okay, they went in, they said, we have to put in a new unit. So they put in a new unit. All of a sudden, that unit stopped working. Well, they found out someone had tampered with the unit. We don't know if they were trying to steal the unit because they knew it was new, or if they're trying to get the Freon out of it. So I don't know if this is going to be something else. So we had to uninstall it. They put it in the garage until the day of the morning of closing. They reattached it. But I don't know if that's something now that people are going to be taking units, or if anyone else is. because they knew, obviously they knew the house, and this is a nice area in Lilburn, obviously they knew the house was empty because it was being worked on. So, I don't know if
Okay.
anyone else sees that problem.
Yeah, that can happen. All right, so be aware of this, important piece of your business. All right, let's talk a little bit about just communication skills. My guess is if we really look deep into most top agents' business, one skill they have is they're good communicators. Okay? There's many, many skills. There's probably 20 skills that make a great agent, but communication's definitely one, or lack of probably limits other people. So there's just little tricks to communicating, okay? Remember that we are in a business that the world, we know, all you got to do is look at your news feed. The world's nuts out there now. There's shootings every day. There's everything every day. People are just angry, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't work in real estate, okay? Real estate deals are common ground deals. We're trying to come to an agreement. Arguing, yelling, cussing only separates us, right? So the visual, this buyer wants the best deal, lowest price. This seller wants the best deal, highest price, right? Those are opposing forces. We need to find somewhere in the middle where both can agree. Okay? It is hard enough to do that without having to add on that now you have people emotionally yelling and fighting. It just doesn't work. Okay? We're going to have to find a way to just up our emotional intelligence, and even if the other side's doing that, just disregard it. It's not going to help the deal. Okay? So there's just little things that cause people to get along. Right? Using their name, right? Especially in email and text, take an extra second. Instead of responding quickly, just put their name there. People love their own name, right? Again, realize that text and email have no tone to them. And most people are going to assume that you're yelling. Okay? So if someone says, "Can you meet me?" and you said, "No, I can't meet you," they're assuming you're yelling that at them, especially if you use an exclamation point, okay? Or caps. Unless you're saying something positive, don't use exclamation points and caps. You're just causing a problem. So we need to establish tone in our text and email because there is none. The best way to do that, start with their name and say, if it's not, just say something positive, okay? Today can be, even if you're totally pissed at someone, they've done everything wrong, the other agent, start by saying, "Hope you had a great Labor Day weekend." You can use that for the next 2 days, okay? At least they know there's a positive there. This is the Mo sandwich. This is what Mo did. Then in a way, reread this stuff. Make sure it doesn't seem like you're yelling. And then state what you need. Sometimes, again, our business is an adversarial business in that I want highest, I want lowest. That's built into our business. So state what you want in the nicest way you can and end with something positive. Hope we can work this out. Something. And then have your full name. We can't be suckered into fighting. If you just have to do it, if that's the way you're wired, that you just want to send like every third word's a cuss word and accusing them, if you got to do it, just email it to yourself. Okay? Get it out of yourself. But it's not gonna, I promise you, it's not gonna help the deal. Okay? Doesn't help the deal. Another thing that is a huge thing too with communication is you got to have all the time frames. The minute you go under contract, you got to have all the time frames, and you have to be aware of those, okay? And here's the biggest thing. Sean always said what? The best agent does the deal. right? If you want to get paid, it doesn't do any good to complain that the other agent's sorry, that their attitude's bad, that they're not doing anything. It's wasted time. If you want to get paid, call out the band and kneel and pray when you have an agent that's just the greatest agent. They call you back, they're doing the deal. That's a blessing. Just assume that they don't know what they're doing. They're going to do it wrong. Just assume that. If you want to get paid, you are actually advising in a nice way both sides of everything. Okay? Example over the weekend. Deal I've taken over, closing at 10. Walk through at 10, closing at 11. Sides are a little adversarial. So, walk through is at 10. Okay? How many people would have on their list of things to do yesterday or Saturday what could go wrong with that walkthrough?
Repairs are not done.
Okay, well, one, confirm, there are no repairs, okay?
No lockbox there.
There we go,
No
okay, so the gig was 2 weeks ago, it was said in a text, we're gonna do a walkthrough at 10 and close at 11, 2 weeks ago. Okay, I have to believe that they're not gonna remember. I'm gonna assume that you don't have the skill to put that on your calendar. I've been around the business too much. I'm assuming it didn't get on the other agent's calendar. So instead of getting out there at 10 today and going, where's lockbox? Okay, now we have a big problem. Our client thinks we're an idiot, right? And we're probably going to delay closing. That should be on the list. We need to think for the other side. Is the lockbox still there with the key? Okay? In fact, we did text that on Saturday, and the answer was no. She'd already taken it off. Okay? So we did save ourselves. Okay? She had to be there at 10 to let them back in. Okay? And the agent was like, well, I let them know 2 weeks ago by text. It's not going to work, right? We have to find ways to control the deal. Everybody, mortgage companies, closing attorneys, we just can't assume, well, they're giving them the payoff. Okay? Yeah, the attorney's giving them the payoff. Okay? I've heard that a million times. They don't have payoff. This deal, same thing happened. Okay? Friday, they had to wire, closing today 11. 2 o'clock, call the person supposed to wire in Florida. I haven't gotten the pay. I hadn't gotten the amount I'm supposed to bring for closing. Okay? So we have to check on, not just are you going to do it, but Pete, you're the closing attorney, the mortgage guy. Will you text me once you have sent my client the funds they need to wire?
Yes.
Okay? We need a trigger to know it's done, not just we're asking for it to be done. This will solve a lot of problems for you. Okay? All right, so let me ask you this. Another thing, too, is... Wow. Evan believes that's... All right, so, yeah, I hear angels singing when this happens. So, how do we had this conversation in a little group I meet with every Wednesday. How do we actually control our time, being quick to respond, yet not on the clock all the time with our clients? How do we do both at the same time?
Time block.
What does that mean?
Set aside a specific time during the day to just deal with phone calls.
One time a day?
Probably more than one, I would say.
Okay, who else?
Hire an assistant to check your email for you.
Okay, that's great, but not all of us can afford that right now.
If you set your expectations in your buyer or seller's meeting as to when they can expect to hear back from you in any set of situations, then you set yourself up to be able to handle it.
Okay, so honestly, let's be honest again. What is a buyer's and seller's expectation of us and our time?
24/7.
Okay, that's the truth, correct? That is the truth. Okay, is that what we want to do or what we signed up for? Okay, so that's the truth too. These are in conflict with each other. So how do we make them work the best we can? Okay? A lot of people, there's no right or wrong answer on this. A lot of people choose to tell their clients, this is when I work and when I don't work. Okay? Like after 7, it's shocking to me, but you'll call plenty of people that says if it's after 7, I'll call you back tomorrow morning, right? If I was referred to you and that was the first call I listened to, you're not my agent. Okay? Because my expectation is,
24/7.
or at least I work, so I probably need to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you during my work. I'm the one buying a house and paying you a commission. You're getting a commission. I'm the customer. I kind of want to talk to you 6 to 10 after work, right? Or on the weekend. I'm not working. Okay? So if we say that, you can put that on your voicemail. I think you're probably losing business that you never knew you had a chance at. Okay? So what would be a better plan to keep our life somewhat under control, that we're not working 24/7 yet satisfying that? It's a conflict, right?
It's the big question.
It's the big question. It is the big question. It's the big question.
But it is education.
What?
If people understand how things work in the process,
Right?
and they have an understanding of in the middle of a deal,
Right?
those things may change, and the response times all of a sudden gets immediate.
Right?
It's an education. It's educate and inform. We all know that's true in every realm of our lives.
All right, educate me, clients. I'm your client. We just started working together.
Okay. You're my listing.
Yep.
When we get a contract, you're going to get information from me stating what the contract is. You'll get a copy of the contract. There'll be an email. The terms of that will be defined. I'll call you and we'll review it together.
Mhm.
We'll talk about the response time that we've been asked to abide by,
Right.
and then we'll make a response together. And that's going to happen immediately, probably within the first hour that we get it, so that you'll know.
Okay, what about not contracts? What about just, I have a question for you?
Please call anytime and leave me a message. If I can't answer the phone, I'll get back to you as quickly as possible.
Or text.
Okay.
I don't ever set guidelines either. I mean, kind of case by case with the client, and inevitably early on, the first few days, something comes up. I mean, I check. I know you said, you walk out of this meeting, check all forms of media, and I probably at least every hour check everything, and probably more frequently. But an instance will arise when I don't get to respond quickly to a client.
All right, so stop there. We got multiple cases here, right? We're just talking real what your day looks like and the expectation of your client. Okay? So, most people are expecting a quick response, and you're regarded as a pro if you respond quickly. You could be the most unlikable person on this planet. If you respond quickly, they think you're a pro. Okay? So, how do we best accommodate that? Mike said the key thing. Every time, no one's going to miss you for 30 minutes or an hour, okay? I think any normal person would realize you're in real estate business, you might be in a meeting for 30 minutes or an hour and showing, okay? Maybe even 2 might be okay. But the minute let's say we're showing, and the way we work is my client's never going to see me on the phone. I'm paying total attention to them. Okay, the minute I stop showing, the minute I get out of this meeting, check. I'm checking everything as fast as possible. I'm checking email, voicemail, text. And I'm going through them quickly. I'm not responding to the first one. I'm looking at them and prioritizing quickly. Who needs the quickest response? Okay? If I have issues, like I have a closing today or tomorrow, and I know like there's an attorney call, I'm calling that. Somebody says, Brad, hey, this is Mike. Bob said you're great. I want to buy a house. I'm responding to that fast. And I don't have to talk to them now about buying a house. All I have to do is say, hey, Bob, I'm about to go into a meeting. I'm looking forward to talking to you and working with you. I'm going to call you today at the stroke of 1. Okay? All they need to do is that you got the message. You're in the game. Okay? Wow, this guy's a pro. There we go. I tell you, no one wants to take the time to do this. This will help you a ton. If the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is actually on your cell phone, change your message every day, you're regarded as in business. If we call, I'd love to do this. I'd love to literally call everyone's phone and everyone listen to it one at a time. Some just says nothing. Says you've reached the number. Doesn't even say your name or company. Okay? You're out. Okay? Most lie. Most go, hey, this is Brad. If I'm not answering this, I'm in a meeting. Okay, that's a lie. Okay? You're in a meeting every minute of the day. Okay, no. Okay, so again, I try to make and some will tell you everything. Like if you're calling on this listing, you know, gosh, I just want to, okay? All I want to do is leave a message. Hey, this is Brad Feynman. Thank you for calling. I'll call you back as soon as I can. Boom, there it is. Okay? Plain and simple. If you will actually, in the morning, the earlier you wake up, the better. I'm not saying wake up early, but if you will say, hey, this is Brad Feynman. It is Tuesday, September 3rd. Sorry, I can't take your call. I'll call you back as soon as possible. They know you're in business. So many people's phones just say, hey, thanks for calling. Okay, we don't know. That could be years old. Are you really in business today? You are set. I mean, especially if you do that at 6 or 7. Like, let's say you do that at 6 and someone calls at 7:30 and go, oh my gosh.
So you change your voice
Every
every day?
You're in business. You're in business. Go listen to my phone. First thing I do.
Yep,
Right?
every day.
Right, every day. All right, I'm in business. You didn't even talk to me. I like this guy. It's 7:30. He is in business today. I know it. It's September 3rd. That's what he said. Yeah.
My biggest irritation is when I call somebody and their voicemail's full. That just pisses me off.
And if you're gonna do that announcement, make sure you update it.
Yeah.
That's even worse, right? The longer you go and it's a month old or a week old, that you're not my guy, right? Or mailbox is full. He's probably not my guy, right? There's just simple things that you haven't even talked to them and they've said, I like him or I don't like him, right? Little things in communication. Who's Charlie?
I love the one where somebody says, I'm going to be out of the country until August 25th, and I get that on September 3rd. And they haven't changed their message since they got home.
Well, or why would you do that? Why would he even say you're out of the country? I mean, hopefully you had a plan of someone that's going to take over for your business. You're not my guy. I don't want a guy that's out of the country for the next month, right? Okay, so we need to balance these things. So how do we, probably the biggest things at night, okay? I hear so many people say, if it was after 7, I'm going to call you back tomorrow. Okay, everyone that works wants to talk to you after 7. And if you're doing a deal and you get that from the other agent, this is time sensitive. We need to talk tonight, okay? So how do you fix that? You don't really want to answer the phone after 7, yet you can't tell people that I'm not answering the phone after 7. Mike.
Like I said, I kind of on a case-by-case basis, and usually early on the first few days, something arises, and I get to tell that person directly that, because they'll be like, wow, I can't believe you responded. It was 9:30 last night or whatever in the morning, and I'll say, yeah, when I can, I on the computer a lot or on my phone, so I'll respond if I can. But there will be occasions when I'm tied up either family. I'm a grandfather now, but I will respond as quick as I can, and I just kind of lay that out there at some point, usually early on, so that if they do wait a few hours to hear from me, they go, okay, Michael, we know he's working hard, but he's something else right now got his attention, and we'll hear back from him.
And I think the longer you've worked with someone, the more leeway you have. If it's somebody new, you got to prove I'm there, I respond. Once you've got the relationship, they know you proved you're working hard, right?
But I've never limited hours.
Right. So again, my plan, you can pick your own plan. Yes, I do want some time, and I tell all of y'all, you can call me day or night, weekend. All right, I do. I want to help you when you have issues. So for you with agents, if it's a number you recognize that you need to talk to after 7, you're doing a deal, there's an issue with this deal, I would answer the phone. I might even let it go to voicemail after 7, okay? But I would immediately listen to it. just the minute it stops, listen to it. Okay, I do need to call them now. No, this can go in the morning. Okay? That's the plan.
One thing I do with my clients, especially because a lot of people text now, is I love holding down that button. You can give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, a heart, but that gives them an immediate response without you having to respond, and it buys you some time. So I don't know if everyone does that or not, but it's very helpful.
Right. I mean, again, another one, I understand why you're doing it, but I'm just saying, it doesn't give me a feeling of joy when I'm driving. Okay, I know why you're doing it, right? I don't think you have to say that. I mean, hopefully you're not driving to Texas where it's going to be 9 hours, but again, it's just saying like, God, I want to talk to them now. Okay? Just my opinion. Go ahead.
So if I know I have something where I'm not going to be able to talk to someone and I have some active clients,
right,
I will text them, like college move-in. I was working with 3 clients, 2 who were closing within, while I was away and the day after I got back. But I let them know between 9 and 2 that day, I'm going to be moving my son into college. Text me, but just be aware I may not be checking my phone as often. I've made a nice, and everyone ended up texting me back, oh, good luck with his move. Right. But they all knew, yes, I was available, but they knew when I wasn't available, and sometimes I'll even, text someone and say, oh, tonight I'm not going to be available from 9 to 11, or whatever. Text me, but I'm not going to be able to get to my phone. And that way I've set their expectations, because normally I'm always available to them, but this way they know, hey, she won't answer at that time. If
it's totally your call. The way I'm going to play it is I'm never going to text you to tell you when I'm not available. Okay? Because you're telling a lot of people there are times when I'm not available, and their expectation is 24/7, where if you text that to everyone...
I just do it to the people who I'm right in community.
Okay.
It's there were 2 active clients.
There you go.
I did it to the 2. I didn't do it to everyone. I just did it to those 2.
I like that a lot. But I'm just saying your general message is there's no...
Yeah, it was just to those 2 people.
Okay, so like for instance, for newer agents, how do you implement to your clients, like you were saying about the time that they can call you without like coming off rude, because you still, you don't want to do anything wrong, and like, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to like say anything wrong and then the customer, because I'm not available then.
That's what I'm saying. I would never tell anyone on my voicemail that I'm not available.
Okay, when it becomes a problem, how would you resolve it?
What do you mean
if it's
a problem?
something consistent to where you have a client that you haven't said it to them, but
they're calling too much.
You're realizing they're kind of borderline harassing you.
Okay, well that's a different story. So, right, we do have clients sometimes that do need some training, right? Just like our kids, correct? So, again, you can't take this personal and you can't take it emotional. And most one thing I want to say before I get to that. If possible, so when people call after 7, if there are some things that need to be done at night, okay? But night is not a good time to talk to people, okay? Just there are evil spirits at night, okay? And spirits might be the key word, okay? Things happen at night where a lot of times people are saner in the day than the night, okay? So definitely if we have a negative message or it's going to be a little tough what we're relating, don't do that at night. It's going to be worse. Okay? I promise you. But back to what you're saying. So those type people, you could go run, get the answer, and the minute you give them the answer, 5 minutes later they're asking you another question, right? Never going to stop. Okay? So we need to train them. So once you're seeing that happen, it's hard for a lot of people to do. Wait 30 minutes. Don't answer. Okay? Just wait 30 minutes. I know it's going to be impossible for some people, like, I got to help them. Okay. No. We didn't sign up to be on call 24/7. Wait 30 minutes. Okay? If it happens again, wait an hour. Okay? I mean, hey, you're in real estate business. You could be with clients. You could be with buyers. If it happens again, wait 2 hours. They're going to probably get the message. Or if they don't, it might not be someone you want to be with anyway. But I've seen many people kind of get it.
Do you ever have people who like basically plan ahead of time and like write a list of questions that the client may ask and, you know, email it to them ahead of time?
I think a lot of agents commonly ask questions are probably, it's probably good to go.
Do a little
Yeah, it's a service.
list
It's
of-
a service you provide, right? Yeah.
Brad,
Okay, yeah.
I learned this from you. I think whenever I take a listing, I kind of set the expectation that, you know, Friday morning, we'll just touch base of, you know, showings we've had, feedback, and, you know, what's gone pending on the market, answer any questions that you have, and that's been a relief for me because, and then I email them the pendings before I talk to them so they can actually see the homes. But that just allows me to be prepared and to set an expectation that we're not going to talk every single day.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can't miss that.
But, no, it's on my, I mean.
Right, it's time block. You have to, you're saying, I'm gonna call you every Friday, yeah, it's great, and it probably stops the other for the most part, but you gotta do that, and make an effort at it. Okay, we can keep talking about this forever. It's a skill for all these things, but the key thing is, come out of a meeting, check everything as fast as you can. I mean, you should almost time block 10 minutes after this meeting just to go check everything and call who needs to be called now, and everything else goes on a list of who you're going to call later. Plain and simple. Okay? All right. Marshall Dillon, what you got? How was your Labor Day?
It was good.
Good? Today a busy closing day?
No.
No.
No. Friday, yes.
Friday was?
This Friday is too.
There we go. What's happening in the world of closing attorneys?
Well, so y'all have probably seen this letter, and your clients get this letter. I refinanced about 6 weeks ago, and we changed the title on our property, and lo and behold, I get the letter in the mail that everyone talks about. They're offering, it looks very official. They have a lot of information about your property on it. They send it to you, and they say for $82, they will send you a copy of your warranty deed and some other information. Got to tell your clients, don't do this. It is a scam. They're going to get the original warranty deed back from us. All the other things that they claim to include in this property assessment package is something that can be obtained online or even from you. So just let them know it's a waste of money. No, it's not $82, it's $86, excuse me. So just tell them, just make a point to tell them after closing, when you're following up after closing, to say, hey, by the way, if you get a letter in the mail asking for you to pay for a copy of your deed, you do not need to do it. Don't do it. It's a scam. You will have a copy of your deed sent to you by the closing attorney.
What's the name of the company?
It is.
They're all different.
They're all different. I got mine from Property Profile Inc. And it looks very official. It has a barcode, recorded deed notice, has a lot of information on there, but they do not need to do it. Yes.
Similar but different. You hear it, there's a national person that is advertising this service about protecting your deeds so somebody can't hijack it and put it in their name. Is that even possible in Georgia?
I mean, anything is possible, but I mean, that's why you buy title insurance. You know, you don't need to pay for extra protection on it. There's no way to prevent that from happening.
Title insurance, you're looking back though, they're talking about somebody having their deed and then it being transferred to somebody else without your permission. That would be very hard to do.
Your title insurance would protect you.
Title would cover the
Title insurance would protect you in that case if somebody tried to sell the property out from under you. But it's just a fraudulent transaction. So there's no way to really protect or prevent that from happening. It's not like it's not like a credit freeze where you can freeze your credit, no one can do anything, no one can transfer that. There's no way to do that with title to the property. And that's what it sounds like they're kind of trying to make you think they're doing.
Renee, another thing you'll get is I've been getting mortgage protection for life insurance, or some letters that come protect your mortgage, and it's some bogus life insurance. It's very expensive, so watch out for that too.
Yeah, just let your clients know they're going to receive all kinds of stuff. I mean, I get stuff daily now that I mean, and we retried six weeks ago or so. So just let them know they're going to get a lot of bogus information, and if they ever have any questions on it, they can call us or they can call you. It's a great way for you to be a resource to your clients after closing, just to follow up and just remind them, don't make payments for things like this.
That's the key point. You're a resource. You're a resource for your clients. The more they regard you as that, the more business you get. So this is an easy touch, right? I mean, if we started paying attention, we would have touches. We couldn't send them all the touches we have that are good. Okay, so let's just say 2 weeks after closing. This is standard. This is what Pete sends every person he closes with. Not only do you say, watch out for this, send them a stinking copy. This is what it looks like. Don't do it. Thank you very much, Pete. Not only have you already gotten paid, but you're still working for us. I think we're going to refer you to somebody. Okay? I mean, there you go. Pay attention to this stuff.
That's the conversation we typically have in that 15 minutes when y'all disappear to get about all the junk mail they're going to get. To watch for the only envelope with your deeds. And, And anyway, that's a good time.
It's a good time to do it, and then it's a good follow-up to do it because they're all over the place in the closing room anyways.
Well, there's so much going on.
Yeah, there's so much going on. But it's a good time to mention it.
They're going to get a lot of junk mail, but just to watch for the one from your office.
And then try to follow up with them a couple weeks after. All right. Any questions? All right. Thank y'all so much.
Okay, remember starting today, you have to upload your listings, your contracts into Command to turn them in. If you don't get it, just call us. We got a lot of people standing by. We will walk you through it. Okay? Don't try to reinvent the wheel. If you don't know what you're doing, just call staff member. Okay? All right. Listings Karen, what do you got? Hank?
I've got one in Buckhead. It's near the Buckhead Brookhaven city lines or whatever. But if you want to be in Buckhead, this is a great house. It was built in 2006. It's a 2.5. So it's updated. It's in Ridgedale Park, which is a more traditional, historic type neighborhood, 1940s and 50s bungalows and whatnot. So within them, unless they've been totally renovated, they're in the millions and 8s and 9s. We're trying to get 689. The only downside of feedback I'm getting is that the MARTA line runs behind it. So about every 15 minutes you can hear a MARTA line go. It doesn't blow a horn or anything, it just whirls by.
Do they feel
But if
vibration?
anybody's got somebody young, I'm thinking young, professional, anybody looking to be in Buckhead, this is a great house. So please let me know.
Hang on. Yep, go ahead. Okay.
Oh, okay. I've got an East Cobb condo listing coming in by Friday. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, completely renovated. It's gonna be about $185. It's really beautiful. The willows by the river.
Nice. All right, let's go back here to the man in the blue shirt. Certainty Home Loans, what do you got?
If anybody has a listing that's been tough to sell, needs some work, I'd love to, if you have any open houses coming up, I'd love to come in with our renovation pamphlets, escrow holdback, bring in some snacks, drinks, sit there with you, and people are giving you feedback. Hey, it needs new flooring, it's old, paint, whatever. I'd love to help with that. If any listings or open houses coming up.
Okay, rates holding.
Just locked one the other day, 3 3/8 with a half a point.
That's amazing. I mean, just go get a loan just because it's amazing.
I just want to
Okay.
tell your cash buyers though.
All right, what else? Pete.
We got command training tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. It's what we'll call foundational or 101, if you will. And then we've got command training on Friday for people that have already been through the first training class. So as Brad mentioned just a minute ago, part of compliance is uploading things into command. So on Friday, we're going to teach you how do you upload things into command.
What time on Friday?
10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., Friday, 10 a.m.
Like tomorrow's, if you can't come at 10 a.m., you can still watch it.
As a matter of fact, we taught it twice last week, and if you go out to the Keller Williams YouTube channel now, you can watch the class from last week. Yep, absolutely.
So what you're doing tomorrow is the same as last week?
It's the same that you went through last week. So Wednesday is 101,
and Friday is whatever we want to call the next number.
102.
Okay, so what
2
time
hours.
does it end? When does it end? Does it
It never ends.
between? Well, the range.
10 to
The class, however,
an
goes
hour?
from 10 until 12.
Oh, okay, 12.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, that's a very good question because somebody had asked me that during class last week. Their perception was that if you come to this one class, that you'll know everything there is to know about Command. And that is absolutely incorrect. Command has a lot of functionality and a lot of features in there that'll help you. And some people are interested in email marketing and some people are interested in other things. So the first class is what is Command, what's a contact, and what's an opportunity. Then later on, next week, next month, whenever, we'll get into some of the deeper classes that other people have questions about. But the 101 class is one that probably everybody either needs to take or watch the video, so that this whole compliance, as Brad said a minute ago, compliance started basically today. Okay, you got to start the things that Lynn is going to review and Ellie are going to review. They're going to start reviewing this out of Command. Okay, so you need to know how to upload that. So it's not hard. It's just something you need to learn.
Okay, so we should be, this company advocates touching your database 36 times a year. We need to be a connoisseur of great touches, right? Like this touch with Renee, great touch, thank you very much. What's a great touch today for anyone you know that graduated from Georgia State?
They won.
We just beat
Beat a big SEC.
Can you believe that? Georgia State beat Tennessee in football.
You might take your Tennessee fans.
I promise you'll get a response back. If you just go, how about them Georgia State fans? I promise you. Right? Right. That's pretty crazy. Anyone else? Listening experience, what do you got? All right, here we go. Labor Day behind us. Should be good. Rates 3 3/8. Incredible. Business should be out there. Y'all have a good one.